Welcome back. It is always great to see our friend in his 4th annual appearance on Ozarks Fox AM, St. Louis artist Dave Ruggieri, who is in town for Artsfest happening this weekend. So good to see you. Thanks for coming again.
It's great to be here. You guys are the
You're
best.
not sick
I
of
love
us?
it. No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm surprised you guys keep letting me back on.
Right? Well, I mean, your art is absolutely amazing.
I appreciate it.
It's so fun. Can you, if our viewers are just tuning in for the first time, can you explain your art and kind of the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I describe it as graffiti pop art. So I use a lot of nostalgia, a lot of things from my past, and then I put this graffiti spray paint spin on it. I try to use a lot of energy and have the piece move and have a lot of depth and things like that. So kind of my goal is when collectors have a piece or when people look at it, they can look at it for years and they'll say, oh, I never noticed that, or there's something there, and things like that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say, too, that your art tugs at the heartstrings of nostalgia?
Yes, absolutely, it does. Art, I think, can fulfill a lot of purposes, and some of it is messaging and very important topics, and I do some of that in some of my series, but I don't think every piece of art has to do that. It can just make you smile, and it can bring back a memory, and it can, just kind of make you say, oh man, I remember that. I haven't thought about that forever, and in a world where everything's going upside down, having time to step back and smile is not a bad thing.
Well, and prime example, I'm just a bill, and
Let's start with this one.
yeah. Let's start with I'm just a bill. I mean,
yeah, that one is great. So this is a smaller version. I did a bigger version, and a collector out in Jackson Hole has that one. But what I really like about that one is when people walk by and they see it, they just instinctually start singing, I'm just a bill, right? And we all remember Schoolhouse Rock and, in grade school and things like that. So I'm a lot older than you guys. So that was kind of the, so that was really an important part of growing up Saturday morning cartoons.
And what about Rock'em Sock'em?
Yeah, Rock'em Sock'em, again, this is something that I played with when I was a kid, and this piece here is almost entirely spray paint. The only acrylic is the black outline, and so again, this is during a time in a world where no video games, right? You had to sit at the kitchen table, and you and your sibling would, battle until you knock one of the robots' head off.
Oh my gosh.
Which is amazing. I mean, all the art is good. This is making me hungry. This is perfect for our morning show.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the famous Simpsons donut, that Homer had. And, The Simpsons is the longest running sitcom in television history. And I remember watching that, when I was just first in college and when The Simpsons came out. And, it just kind of changed television. It was iconic. And it just brings back a lot of memories.
And then the one behind you, too. I just love music, period. Are you influenced by music?
I am. I love the blues. The blues is just fantastic. What those old blues musicians did with little resources, and they created rock and roll, right? And so this piece is kind of a tribute to that. And this is interesting because this is on canvas, but I put old blues sheet music on the canvas, and then I painted on top of it. So we have songs by Otis Rush and Junior Wells and B.B. King, and then I spray painted on top of it just to kind of pay tribute to it and give it depth.
Oh,
I was just in Nashville, and when I saw this, I was like, this would be great in a Nashville bar.
Yeah, exactly.
It's music.
Exactly,
Screams.
exactly. Music, again, it just evokes so much emotion, and it just brings it back. And then, like this one, I'm kind of known for my shoes, is what I've kind of been known for. But Jeremy, you kind of inspired this. So this is an old shoebox. This is an old shoebox that I found, and then I painted on top of it. And this is the classic
that's awesome.
Sambas, and then I put it in in this black frame, a floating frame, and so most of my work is original work, but for Artsfest, and I have a lot of fans down here, and I think that everyone should have some art in their house.
Yeah.
So I brought a series of limited edition prints that I did of the Nike, the Air Force Ones.
Oh gosh, look at those.
Yeah, and those will be available at Artsfest this weekend.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Amazing.
So
Thank
awesome.
you.
Also, too, I do want to show, because last year I finally bit the bullet. I bought an original from artist Dave Ruggieri. It's hanging in my kitchen, and when you said artwork needs to make you happy, this makes me happy every single day. If you walk into my house, you'd be like, why do you have that? It doesn't match anything else in your house. It's original, it's a Dave Ruggieri, and it makes me happy.
Right.
And that's what I love about art. Like, I know it can make you think and ponder our history, if you will.
Right.
But this one seriously makes me happy I see it every single day, Dave. So
I know.
you're in my mind basically every day.
I appreciate that.
In my house.
I know.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and I'm glad. it's very humbling, and I do really appreciate all my collectors, to allow me to do this, for a living, and to bring something into their house, and it really makes me feel good.
You mentioned music kind of helps you, but when you're going back to nostalgic items, or where do you find your inspiration? Like if you're ever in a rut.
Right, exactly. Well, so there's a lot and yet so little going on up here in this head. But so I have a notebook that I carry around. Yeah, and that's another one, another shoebox too. That a kind of a new series I aspire.
Oh,
yeah.
that reminds me of the pool.
The old ice machine outside the gas station. Exactly. But I have a notebook that I carry around with me, and then when I think of something, I'll jot down these ideas, and then I'll go back to it, and I'll go back through my list, and sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a great idea, right? I have to do that, like the donut. And then other times I'm like, what was I thinking? That really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Right? but that's the idea. And then Mad Magazine, again, growing up with Spy versus Spy, and that one is brand new. I just finished that one, and I'll have that one for display.
Okay, so at Artsfest, will you have like the canvases, the big prints, the small prints?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll have a lot of big work, and then a very nice selection of smaller work too. Again, in different price points for different locations. Everybody doesn't have space for giant pieces, and these are just a great fit for some areas.
I know, thanks to you, Dave, I'm running out of wall space.
I
was like,
that's the
where am I
problem
going to
now.
hang something else, I'm running out of walls.
Right.
And Artsfest is tomorrow on Historic Walnut, and it's going to be happening rain or shine.
Rain
you got
or
a
shine.
tent.
We'll
Come
be
down
there.
and support all of, when we say local, Missouri, St. Louis, that's local to us. Anything Missouri, Arkansas, we appreciate the arts, and you want to support them, and you could have an original piece. That's why I bought your art. It's like, I wanted to have at least one original piece that I can say nobody else has.
That's right.
And it means something to you.
Yep.
Exactly.
And if people want to find out about you and your art, if they can't come to Artsfest, how do they find you?
So I have a website, davidruggieri.com, and then I'm on Instagram as well, Dave_Ruggieri, and you can follow me, and I post stuff in all the places I go, and great experiences like this.
Yeah. Well, we'll be seeing you at Artsfest this weekend.
Absolutely. Come on down again and visit all the artists and talk to them. Artists love talking about their work.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dave. All right, you guys, when we come back, there's going to be lots more fun, so don't go anywhere on Ozarks Fox AM. We'll be back.